Not the greatest lineup for today, but tonight we got a big game. Anyway, guys, here's everything you guys need to know about all the games today. It's the Week 12 preview, week away from Thanksgiving, less than that. Anyway, though, here's all you guys need to know as well as predictions for today's games. Yeah, it's Sunday. Either way, here we go. And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the NFL. Of course, please like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the NFL Week 12 preview. Obviously, we are less than a week away from Thanksgiving. Obviously, there will be 3 games, again, triple header that has been for the past 50-plus years. Honestly, don't even remember what last time there has been a triple header on Thanksgiving. Of course, that will be coming to you on Thursday, as well as a Black Friday special preview as well. Again, that'll all be coming up. Just want to give you guys some stuff there as well. Again, we'll go through every single team, like the state of divisions. Playoff picture, also, next Sunday, first time we'll be going through that. Again, with the Week 13, obviously, being like kind of like around Thanksgiving, kind of like really cranking up as well. When it comes to that talks as well, again, kind of really first time is relevant as well. I'll also tell you guys who's on a bye. I guess we can just kind of get into that now. Also, again, you'll be seeing the first game here in a second as well. Either way, though, obviously, I forgot one other thing. There's 7 games in the 1 o'clock window, 3 games in the late windows-ish, and then obviously Sunday Night Football as well, which we'll get to at the end. With that said, though, obviously the Bills are on their bye at 9-2. They, of course, have won 6 in a row coming into that one, obviously. Last week having their best game of the season, beating the Chiefs by by 2 scores. Their next game, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is against the Niners on Sunday Night Football. They're home for that one, so that one will be really interesting. So they actually get like a really extended bye week overall. Dolphins, again, we'll get to them in a second. Again, they're in a spot where, again, we'll actually just get to them in a second, so we won't talk about them much. Jets are also on their bye week. They will be playing these Seahawks off their bye at home, so I guess that's not the worst game, I guess, to have, but still. The Jets, again, are not going to make the playoffs this year. Maybe they can ruin some team seasons, though. Chiefs, of course, are 9-1. They will be playing a game this week. We'll get to that a little bit later as well. Of course, their game in Week 13, we'll get to that, obviously, as well when we get there. Either way, though, so that bye week's again, Chargers have had a really good season. They're going to try to continue that here tonight. No, they're playing on it. Okay. We'll get to the Chargers game again for tomorrow for the Monday Night Football preview. Again, they got a big one against these dudes right here again in the Harbaugh Bowl. But the Broncos and Raiders obviously will have a game as well. Again, like the Steelers and Browns, they will both have mini bye weeks, I guess. Bengals, again, they also have a game. No, they're on their bye week. Bengals are on their bye week. They'll be hosting Pittsburgh in front of the whole country in that 1 o'clock window next week. So just, get ready for that. If you're, again, Bengals fans, you're on a bye. You guys need that bye week really badly. Again, you're probably going to make the playoffs. You probably have to win out to make it, to be honest with you guys. But we've seen crazier things happen. Texans, Titans, all right. Colts are not on their bye week. They're playing Jags. They are on their bye week. They will be hosting the Texans, which actually could be a win for them. I'll tell you that, guys, later then. But either way, the Jags are obviously in a tough spot. They are on their bye week. NFC-wise, in terms of bye weeks, Commanders are not on their bye week. They're playing. Giants, again, are coming off their bye. Outside of that, though, nothing much here. NFC, I already have all the teams in the bye. Everyone in the NFC North isn't on a bye. Here we go. I think, Saints are on their bye week. They will, Saints and Falcons. Falcons are on their bye week again, like I said. So, if you're Falcons fans, I guess that's kind of good. Next week, who are you guys playing next week? You're playing the Chargers at home. Saints on the other side of it, again, they're on their bye week, obviously, as well. They will be hosting the Rams, so that'll be interesting as well. With that said, though, our first game, obviously, it could be a tank bowl if you, again, we're kind of a casual. But either way, the Dolphins obviously coming this one out, back-to-back wins against, I wouldn't call them good opponents. The Rams are still very questionable. And obviously, the Raiders are a tank team, so the Dolphins haven't really beaten anyone legitimate so far, and that's not going to really help them out here in this one either. But of course, they're going to continue on their way to try to get that last wildcard spot. With the Broncos looking really good the past couple weeks, it's really critical that they win some of these games, especially this one. And considering they got a pretty big one coming up next week as well. Up against the Packers in Lambeau on a short week. This is a game they must win, and honestly, if they can get it done in, again, this is kind of, foreshadowing a little bit, but still, if they're able to get this game done, again, win by double digits, maybe even be able to rest some guys. Again, I doubt that'll be able to happen, but as this thing I'll talk about in a second might suggest, they're able to do what they've been able to do against Patriots in the past. This Dolphins squad it'll just be huge for again playing in Packers on a short week. Patriots on their side, obviously they're not going to be doing anything crazy this year, as we already knew. Coming off a loss against the Rams, they battled back though, and they made it close overall. Yeah, their defense looked really bad overall a lot of last week as well, though. I gotta put that out there, but still, Drake May played pretty pretty well overall, and that's really all you want out of him. And again, if he plays well, that's good for the Patriots. Again, maybe they're not someone to spoil the Dolphins season, but like at the same time, like it's okay. Game's gonna be at 1 o'clock on CBS though. NFL Plus and Paramount Plus will be the games you can stream this one on. Again, if you're on the road or whatever. Outside of that though, again, like I said, again, the recent history suggests that yeah, the Patriots they're not gonna win this one. Even you know what? Screw it. I'll even go back to here. All right, so. Tua, no, we're not even get back to there. Whatever. Tua is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-0 against the Patriots in his career. They lost 7 of the last 8 overall. The only loss being for the Dolphins at a 23-21 win that actually basically sent the Dolphins didn't even they made the playoffs. Whatever. Tua wasn't starting this game. That was when he had the concussion, I think, or yeah, something like that. But outside of that, they've won all these games, and in all of them, the offense has been decent, I guess. I don't even remember that game. Patriots Dolphins. What week was this? Patriots Dolphins last year. 2023. I do not remember that. Yeah, this is just not right. That was not the score. That's not the score, bro. That was not the score. Whatever though. No, this was early in the season, right? No. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, they've won 3 in a row against them, but 2 is 6-0 my bad against the Patriots in his career. He has won every single game by a couple of points, obviously, and overall, again, he's 6-0 against the Patriots in his career. So, with that said, he has not. They have won against the Patriots with 2 quarterbacks. That's really all I got. Again, they're looking for the season sweep as well. Of course, they beat him back in Week 5, and it was a really ugly game. But who's actually announcing this one for CBS? It will be Spiro Diaz, Adam Archuleta, and Ajiki Kinkobala. I guess that's what it would be. Looking at it though, again, overall for the Patriots, you got you got it in yellow. So you got again Miami area getting this as well as other parts of Florida, and obviously the Northeast getting this one as well in New England. And then obviously Patriots starting lineup: Drake May at quarterback, Ramondre Stevenson, Demario Douglas, Keyshawn Boutte at receiver, obviously with Kendrick Bourne there as well coming off one of his better weeks. Demario Douglas obviously is our number 1, I guess, right now. Hunter Henry at tight end, Valerian Lowe's questionable, Demontre Jacobs is behind him. Rest of the O-line, I guess, is helping. No, I don't even know what's going on. Again, this O-line's been messed up the entire year. Jalen Polk obviously again is going to get in there as well. Maybe even a little bit of Jawan Baker. I wouldn't expect KJ Osborne to get many snaps really, if at all in this one. With Kendrick Bourne getting moved up. Keon White's questionable, as well as Christian Barmore. Again, I completely forgot he's coming off the edge. Off the edge at 3 tech, but again, it's not the end of the world if he doesn't play. Again, this team isn't very good, but hey, he looked pretty decent overall last week. Devon Gottschalk, nose tackle, one of actually emerges an above average player the past couple of years. DJ White Jr. is questionable, probably the best pass rusher right now, outside of obviously Christian Barmore. And Brandon Jenkins is questionable. Outside of that, though, I mean, the rest of the linebacking core is as is. I will say, yeah, Keon Ngakwe at least provides some, I guess, like, what would you use? I don't even know if credibility is the right word. I forgot what it was, but whatever. Jonathan Jones, Christian Gonzalez, questionable. Alex Austin will probably start if he can't go, of course, with Marcus Jones, and both starting safeties are questionable. Joey Slab, Bryce Behringer at kicker and punter. And then when we look at Miami, of course, they do have 2 at quarterback, Devon A-Chain, Raheem Mostert in the backfield. The receivers are as is, tight ends as is, O-line, well, I mean, Ingold and Toronto instead of both questionable, 2 older dudes, sorta. Defensively, outside Kendall Fuller still recovering from that concussion a couple weeks ago. He's not going to be playing. And no return to practice for Bradley Chubb. Again, he is still rehabbing that ACL he suffered in Week 17 of last year. Special teams unit is about as good as it's going to get. And then when we look at who I think is going to actually win this one, I can actually get to it. This is spazzing out. It's playing on me, bro. There we go. All right. Last week I was gonna mention this. I went 11-3. Of course, I lost this one, which kind of sucks. Boo. Either way, the game we're getting to here, obviously, who I think is gonna win, the Dolphins and Patriots. Like I said, I kind of suggested to do earlier. I expect the Dolphins. Again, I don't expect this game to be like exactly like a blowout by any means, but I expect the Dolphins to be able to win this one pretty decisively. Give me the Dolphins actually 30-20 in this one. I know they're a pretty solid offensive week before their short week. Again, going up to Lambeau here for Thanksgiving. With that said, though, all I got for you guys this one was again super long. Again, hope again if you're patient with that, obviously. Now let's get to our next game, which again should also be a pretty good, decent one overall. And now we got an AFC South matchup between 2 teams that, if I'm not bricking on, have not played this year so far. Absolutely going to guess the first game of the team series as the 2-8 Tennessee Titans. Again, the meme team, I guess, as you could call them, because that's really the only thing. Not even keeping them, because again, they're not relevant anyway. Keeping them somewhat in the picture of not being again completely irrelevant. They still are though. Obviously, coming in this one at 2-8, they're really bad. They haven't won since. Wait, oh yeah, they beat the Patriots a couple weeks ago. Whatever though, they're a really bad football team overall. Obviously, they sold at the deadline pretty hard, and then yeah, they're gonna do their own thing here. Again, last week again they scored a 90-yard touchdown with Nick Westbrook, who I don't really think is very good, but he still finds ways to keep himself on this Titans in this Titans receiving room. Outside of that though, obviously they still lost by double digits, and that offense, yeah, after that touchdown they did absolutely nothing. Texans on the other side, of course, are not the most stable team or really the most trustworthy at all, but they were able to take care of the Cowboys with a 34-10 demolition of them, and obviously that was their largest road win again. The last time they were able to win by that many was against the Titans, actually, back in 2015. So it's been a while since they've been like that. Either way, they probably want a similar type of game here against the Titans squad that, again, isn't very good either. I think they're on their bye week coming out, again, week 14, if I'm not mistaken. But next week, I think they're playing the... You know what? Let's not even look forward to next week. Let's worry about this one, though. Last year, overall, this series wasn't very good. I mean, the Texans blew them out in week, what was it, 18? Or week 17, it was like 26-3. Will Levis got baptized by, I think it was Will Anderson, on like a scoop and score. That was wild. Outside of that, though, I don't remember what happened in their first matchup, nor do I really care. Yeah, there you go. Whatever, though. 1 o'clock on CBS, NFL Plus, and Paramount Plus are your streaming services for this game. Looking at who's going to actually be announcing this thing: Tom McCarthy, Jay Feely, Ross Tucker, and Amanda Balionis. So it is CBS's probably worst team for this week. They actually have 5 games, which is actually kind of surprising. Either way, though, it's going to be in orange-ish. You got most of Houston or Texas getting this game, and then again the Tennessee area as well. Outside of that, though, Titans starting lineup, you got Will Levis at quarterback, Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears will be out, Julius Chestnut is behind him, Calvin Ridley, Nick Westbrook, like I mentioned, and Tyler Boyd at receiver, Bryce Oliver, who I don't know who this dude is. He might be, no, he's not even who I think it is. I don't know who this dude is, but Youngstown State receiver, probably pretty fast. Those are the guys that usually, get in the league there. Nick Vanette's a decent blocking backup tight end. I haven't heard, he's like 30-something. I don't know how he's still in the league, but he is. Jay Okonkwo, obviously tight end. J.C. Latham actually has been all over the place this year. Leroy Watson IV is out, so Nicholas Petit-Frere, don't know how he's still starting, is going to be getting that start. Into the O-line has had their ups and downs, to say the least, this year, but again, not having the rock-solid center, Lloyd Cushenberry, is probably a big reason for that. Interior of the D-line is good to go. Arden Key later off the edge. I mean, you'll see a little bit of Ali Gaye. I don't know how you pronounce that, but your guess is as good as mine. Jalen Harrell, holy crap, I have not heard of this guy in a while. That's because, I swear, he was a really high school recruit, though. So that's actually kind of cool. He didn't really get much time in Michigan either. He was okay, though. Jerome Baker, Kenneth Walker, though, not Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Murray at linebacker. Jarvis Brownlee Jr., the Louisville, I think that's how you pronounce it. No, it's Louisville. They're at corner. Of course, Darrell Baker Jr., he is not great, but he's still there. Rodney Curry's questionable in the slot. He's really the last guy in the secondary that I can really trust. Amani Hooker somehow is still on this team, not because he's bad, it's just because, you assume young, pretty solid guys wouldn't be on this team. And obviously, Mike Brown there at free safety. Quanah Riggs is also out for the year if you haven't figured it out. And I'd be surprised if L'Jarius Sneed, again, he's just put on IR, is going to be playing it all the rest of the year, which honestly might be a good thing for him. Return to practice, so that's good. For Chidobe Awuzie. What a name for him. Outside of that, though, I mean, Nick Folk, kicker, Ryan Stonehouse, a punter. And then outside of that, though, again, well, that's the wrong thing. There we go. Now we got to go to the Texans. I kind of jumped the gun there. I mean, we already know who's going to win this one, hopefully. But see the starting quarterback, Davis Mills is his backups. Joe Mixon, Damian Pierce in the backfield, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, John Mechie at receiver with Dalton Schultz, Jesus, Cade Stover at tight end. Larry Tunsil, Juice Scruggs, Jared Patterson, Shaq Mason, and Titus out off the rest of the offensive line. Unless you're living under a rock, first-round pick from a couple years ago, Kenyon Green is out for the season. Brevin Jordan's also on IR at tight end. Blake Fisher, who might be getting a little bit of playing time, probably not, is out as the backup tackle, as well as Ladarius Hutchinson also being out. For this defense, though, Lorenzo Faticasi will be out. Kurt Hinish will get the start. He's done a decent job this area. Mayo Edwards Jr. will also rotate with him as well. Diego Autry's questionable off the edge, but Daniel Hunter and Will Anderson are starters anyway. Tim Settle obviously has done a decent job for this defense as well. After that, though, the pass coverage unit, again, collectively is healthy. Connie Fairbairn, Tommy Townsend, a kicker and punter. Oh, yeah, Christian Harris. Any update on his return? Well, okay, that means no, he will not be back for a while. With that said, though, finally, who do they actually think is going to win this game? Well, I mean, who do they think the Titans playing this week? That might just decide this one, because I really don't care. They're playing the, well, whatever. The Texans I think they're going to win this one. I don't really think it's be close either. Give me the Texans, I don't know, 27-13. Maybe the Titans, throw in a couple chips or something to make it closer. I don't know, like trade in the offseason. Whatever, though. Stop yapping there. Texans 27-13. Now let's get to, Game that actually has a lot more going off the field than really what's going to go on the actual field. Here it is anyway. And what is a rare NFC matchup for CVS? It will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, again, holding on to their 4-game losing streak. Headed into Giants land or East Rutherford or a swamp. Not a swamp. That's Florida. Again, oh yeah. Shout out to those Florida Gators, bro. They clinched their bowl spot in what is just a gauntlet of the SEC. Knocking off Ole Miss yesterday, sending them out of the playoff picture. Good for them. But back on topic, though. Another Florida team, obviously the Bucs, are looking to do the exact same thing, but just not to themselves. Obviously, they've lost 4 in a row. None of those games have really been that inspiring. Not the fact that, again, they again, outside of them losing it, it's just the fact, again, they weren't really able to, like finish off the games. That's really what it was. Again, all those games were close in some way or another. I mean, outside of that Ravens game. Whatever, though, that game was really ugly. But still, they obviously had the same thing happen to them last year. Again, they were 3-1. They lost 4 in a row. They were 4-2 this year, if you didn't know. And then, obviously, they ended up being 4-7, so that's really not good either. But they still haven't found their way in the playoffs, so don't keep that out of the picture, though. But this is absolutely a game. If they're going to do anything this year, it's got to be when they win. Obviously, Mike Evans should be back. I don't know for sure. I haven't checked out yet, but I guess he will be out there. Obviously, coming off their bye. This is a game they absolutely need to win as well. Giants, I mean, again, they're the biggest laughing stock, yeah, there we go, in football. Of course, they have lost 5 in a row. None of those games have really been particularly also inspiring, but in actually a funny way, too. But, of course, biggest news coming out of the Giants bye week, not only did they lose it, but they also not only benched Daniel Jones, they literally just said flat out, screw it, we're cutting him. Well, he requested a release, but still, he's gone. Literally, like, there's no coming back from Daniel Jones. So, that was, oh my God, guys. They gave him $160 million just to leave the team a year later and like literally do absolutely nothing like that. That's about as dysfunctional as you can get. Anyways, though, of course, Drew Lock's still going to be the backup. I mean, he's the future of this team, obviously, so you got to protect him again. You don't want him getting hurt or anything. But actually, Tommy Cutlets, who, again, if you don't remember, yeah, he had that pretty crazy run there last year for the Giants. He'll be coming back to start, finish out mop-up duty for the rest of the season. He had a 3-game winning streak last year. Again, that was a lot longer than any Giants winning streak's been this year, let alone actually them only having 2 wins. But, nevertheless, he will be asked to lose a lot of games, so we'll see if they can be able to do that, obviously. Nonetheless, obviously, them coming out that loss in Munich to the Panthers and what was, again, a war crime there for Germany. This game will be 1 o'clock on CBS, though. Of course, NFL Plus, Paramount Plus will be the streaming services for this game. We had a similar type crappy game back in 2018. The Giants actually won that one, so that's not really good for them. But still, the Bucs, obviously, that's kind of where they're sitting. They got to kind of win this one if they want to stay relevant. But still, it's a big game for the Bucs. The Giants, I mean, they're doing their own thing, I guess. I would say it will be Andrew Catalan, Tiki Barber, Jason McCourty, and AJ Ross. Somehow that is a B game, but that's just me there. It's in green. Not much country actually is getting this game, but it's still technically a B game. That's beyond me. Either way, though, the weather in East Rutherford shouldn't be very nice. 15-mile-per-hour winds, probably a lot of missed kicks, partly cloudy and 51 degrees. So it's been a lot better for the Giants in terms of weather, but I don't really think they'll really care at all. Baker Mayfield, a quarterback. Rashad White, Bucky Irving in the backfield. Chase Edmonds is on IR. I think he's after the year. I think I checked this like 2 months ago. Yeah, he did. He hasn't really done anything in a while. Mike Evans is questionable. Is he expected to play? No, that's a no. But he should play, so that's good. They don't really need him to play the Panthers next week, too, guys. Again, this Bucs team should start to win some games. Joe McMillan, Ryan Miller at receiver. Ryan Miller, I do not know who he is. Again, with Chris Godwin after the year, guys, like this is a really thin receiving core. Trey Palmer, I do not know what the hell happened to him, but he has done literally absolutely nothing. He is a complete brick, a donut, whatever you want to call him. That is what he's played like this year. Sterling Shepard, again, he's old, but and kind of just all over the place. He's 31. He plays like he's 60. So, yeah, but he's at least been more productive than whatever Trey Palmer has been. Payne Durham at tight end. Keith, I forgot, he weighs like 280 pounds. He is a big tight end, not that much, but still, 265 is a big boy. Of course, Tristan Wirfs is doubtful. Justin Skoll will start if he can't go. Outside of that, though, Luke Gedeke has been fantastic when he's been on the field. Cody Mauch is actually taking a little bit of a step up. Grant Barnes has been a little bit up and down, but again, for a guy with, again, steady Eddie, he's been pretty good overall. Ben Bredesen is just not a starter, but again, with how his O-line's looking, again, you'd probably be happy with how he's played. Defensively, Kalijah Kancey, Vita Vea, Logan Hall across the D-line. Greg Gaines is questionable. Yaya Diaby, Joe Tryon, Chris Braswell, Anthony Nelson off the edge. All those guys will get in some way. Again, Joe Tryon and Yaya Diaby, of course, being the guys who get definitely the majority of those snaps. KJ Britt, Levante David at linebacker with Jamel Dean being questionable, Zion McCollum and Tanky Smith being out. Again, Zion McCollum is questionable. An already thin cornerback room will probably get even thinner. Jordan Whitehead, Antonio Jr. Safety. Don't sleep on Tavir Thomas or Troy Hill. Troy Hill is probably already sleeping. He's 33, guys. Holy crap, he's an old man. But still, he'll be out there. Chase McLaughlin trying to go around at the starting lineup for the Bucs. And then when we look at the G-men, Like I said, Tommy Collett's quarterback. Tim Boyle, how is he still in the freaking league? But that's besides the point. He is. Tyron Tracy Jr., Devin Singletary. At running back, Malik Neighbors obviously is questionable as their #1 wide receiver. Darius Slayton, Wanner Robinson, Jalen Hyatt. Okay, so no did it. What? But still, those are your receivers. Theo Johnson, Chris Manhertz at tight end. O-line is good to go. I don't care about this defense. They're irrelevant. Kayvon Thibodeau. Oh, that's relevant for sure. He's questionable, which is a lot better than what we've seen before. He's been kind of like crap this year. But only 5 games, so that remains to be seen. Yeah, Graham Gano kicker, and yeah, he's been pretty bad this year. No, actually not as bad as I thought, but still. Jamie Gillian at punter. It's the Scottish Hammer. I'm not gonna disrespect him. He's been playing fine. Who's gonna actually win this one? If the Bucs lose this one, I will actually cry. No, I can't just do that. But still, yeah, the Bucs should absolutely win this one. I expect them to win this one actually 31-17. Tommy Cutlets will get his numbers, but it'll not be a close game overall. Please blow the Giants out, guys. Like, I really don't want this one to be stressful. With that said, though, let's get over to Fox's two regional games here in this window. And for Fox, they will have 2 games in this or 3 technically games in the 1 o'clock window. Again, that's really light for any network or any week. Whatever, though. This game is low-key, should be a doozy, but still, the 9-1 Detroit Lions, the best team in football according to my power rankings, of course, off of 8 straight wins, which again is technically half the season. This is the best Lions team you've seen since the Great Depression, actually, technically by record. So, again, they got a big game on Thanksgiving that they have not won in 8 years. They're definitely going to be looking forward to that one. But this is definitely a game that they don't want to sleep on because, I mean, as bad as the Colts have been at times this year, they're still a pretty mid-team, and the mid-teams can always be really good teams. But anyway, Lions are going to try to make it 9 in a row before we're going to get to double digits next week. I'm already saying this is a trap game, but again, as you can see. But I'm like saying screw it. It's not a trap game. The Lions are really good, and they're going to prove it again in this one. But still, they absolutely are coming off of a win, I guess you could call it, against the Jaguars, as they just absolutely send it to them with a 46-point franchise record margin of victory last week. That was just insane. Jared Goff had a perfect pass rating after throwing 5 interceptions in a game against the Texans that he looked bored in. Nonetheless, they swept the NFC South, or I think they did, AFC South. No, this is a game I think they can win to do that. But anyway, yeah, this is, again, 4th straight week or something like that. This is a very good game, the Lions team, obviously. Colts on the other side, again, they've been all over the place this year. After what was winning it? They were 4-3 at one point. They lost 3 in a row. Then obviously going into MetLife last year and basically sending the Jets to the end of their season with that comeback W. After, of course, with Big Tony having his best game of the season. Obviously, if you don't know who Big Tony is, it's Anthony Richardson. And again, he's Big Tony, like Anthony, like Tony. Obviously, again, if you can get that. So a nickname for a nickname or something like that. Either way, though. Yeah, this game should be interesting, obviously, for both these teams. The game's going to be at 1 o'clock on Fox, the Fox Sports app, and NFL Plus. The last time these 2 teams played really isn't relevant. I guess I'll mention it. The Lions got blown out 41-21. Jonathan Taylor had like 3 touchdowns, so I guess that is not really, but still. I don't think that's right either. Whatever. Yeah, that's what you get for this game. Should be pretty entertaining, though. Announcing it will be Kenny Albert, Jonathan Millman, Megan Olivi, ESPN Radio with Mark Kashiger, and I don't know how to pronounce that, and Mike Tannenbaum. Yeah, there you go. Again, very light map. It's going to be in green, though. You got, again, most of the Indian. Yeah, it's an Indian. That's not what I said. Again, most of that, like, NFC North, AFC. Yeah, whatever. I'll shut up. That's what you get for that. Well, I can't really. But still, you get the point there. Lions starting lineup. Jared Goff, quarterback. David Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield, of course, with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Tim Patrick, receiver. Khalif Raymond also got in there. Maybe even old man Allen Robinson. Taylor Decker, of course, the left tackle. I'm not going to mention Sam Laporta because he has done not too much this season, to say the least. Graham Glasgow, Frank Ragnow. Pretty good duo right there. Kevin Zeitler and Penei Sewell across the O-line. Defensively, Zanarius Smith, obviously the trade acquisition, also with Josh Pascal, who's been a very stable guy off the edge. James Houston should be starting, though. Again, he only has 1 sack in, what was it, like 6 games this season? I called it? Nah, 7. He had 8 sacks, obviously, his rookie season. I'm going to keep mentioning that until he does something. Khalil McNeil, DJ Reader, defensive tackle. Trevor Noack, or Noask, I was thinking some other guy. Jack Campbell and Malcolm Rodriguez, of course, the linebacker. Again, if you didn't know just yet, Alex Anzalone, the starting middle linebacker, will be out for a while. So, Jack Campbell, again, broke his forearm. Jack Campbell will be able to take over those roles, of course, as a second-year player. We'll see if he's up to it. Again, he's done a lot this year so far, but that's a very big role for him to take over there. Brian Branch, obviously, strong safety, as well as Kirby Joseph at free safety. Probably the best duo at safety in the league. Amanda Mosley moving this slot is really big because, honestly, as good as Brian Branch has been, Amanda Mosley's just so talented there. Again, as injured as he has been in his career in this slot, you can just, as much as I love Brian Branch, he is not as good as coverage. Again, overall, it's Amanda Mosley. It's just, again, the simple truth about talent. I mean, like, on the field tackling overall, obviously Brian Branch is a much better player, but, like, Emmanuel Mosley, guys, again, you can't ignore that coverage ability. Terry Arnold's out. Kendall Vildor will get the start. Probably Khalil Dorsey's been kind of shaky this year. Ennis Rickshaw Jr. and Alfredo Malafanu, who again would be very, very big death pieces, are both on IR though. And like I said, Terry Arnold again will be out for this one. Of course, they have Carlton Davis, again rock solid number 1 man corner there on the boundary there in press on the left side. Jake Bates though, Jack Fox kicker and punter, and he had that on Michael Badger shooting. I don't know if he will be. Yeah. You bet he's not. Alright, back on schedule, though, now with the Colts. Big Tony at quarterback, JT, Terry Sermon in the backfield, Michael Pittman Jr., Josh Downs, Alec Pierce at receiver with Mo Alley-Cox and Kylan Granson at tight end. Bernard Raven, of course, the left tackle will be out. Matt Gunkhouse will get the start. The rest of the O-line is about as healthy as they'll be for a while, of course, with Will Fries, obviously, and Ryan Kelly. No real update on them coming back. He is, and it's expected to play. So, we could see Ryan Kelly back at some point again if this team stays in it, and obviously not too much on the Will Fries, though. Defensively, Tyquan Lewis is questionable. That would be a huge addition back. I'm being simply honest with you guys. He's better than Quiddy Pay off the edge, pass rush wise. But Quiddy Pay is obviously a starting power player. Deo Edigbo, yeah, he's out there. He's actually been pretty good this year. Samson Ebukam, don't think he's coming back. Leite Latu kind of got benched. He's rougher year overall for him. Both starting defensive tackles are there. Obviously, the linebackers are good to go. Secondary is kind of all over the place, but again, with Jalen Jones and Kenny Moore doing their good play, and obviously rock solid Julian Blackman, they should be good. Matt Gay, Roger Sanchez, usual user there at kicker and punter. And Drew actually is going to win this one. I got to go with the Lions. I expect it to be somewhat of a close game. I think the Lions can play a pretty good one to, completely win it. But Lions going to win this one. Let's say 20-17. I mean, I'm not used to picking close games, but I think it'll be somewhat close. I think they're not going to actually be that bad. Whatever. Let's say the Colts. You know what? 30-24 Lions. I think that's a little bit of a better score, but I think that, it's going to be a little bit of a cosmetics there for the Colts at the end. Again, then let's say they're down by 10 points, and they just come, score a field goal or something at the end there. But I expect the Lions to win this one nonetheless. And yeah, now let's get to an NFC North showdown. And the Vikings will travel to Chicago for their first matchup against the Bears this year. I think that's right. Anyway, the Vikings obviously come in this one 8-2 off of 3 straight wins again before they actually started out 5-0. Lost back-to-back, and then they played some easy teams, so that's good for them. Another easy team-ish here today. They're not going to have an easy team next week, so they're probably going to want to win this one. Nonetheless, though, again, being 9-2 for a Vikings team that obviously wasn't expected to even be honestly 2-9 coming into this game at the start of the season. It's been a very surprising year overall for them, though. And again, they got to win these big games. I mean, they got some. It's not like they're playing any hard team. Again, they got the Packers and Lions. I think the rest of the year, in terms of tough teams to play. But nonetheless, again, this is definitely a game they're going to want to win. The Bears, obviously, on the other side, not really playing well. Again, off their bye, they've lost 4 straight. Caleb Williams is yet to have any sort of touchdown contribution since, at least in the United States, since week 5. So it's been a while for him. But again, the Bears had a really tough loss last week at the hands of obviously the team that is paying rent free in their head. Obviously, that being the Green Bay Packers. But obviously, that's for another day. Again, they're going to have a short weekend in Detroit. So hey, maybe they win this one and shock some people. But still, offensively, they're just going to look to improve against the Vikings defense that has their flaws again over the past couple weeks. Anyway, though. Announcing it will be, or not announcing it, the game will be on Fox as well as Fox Sports App and NFL Plus. Outside of that, though, again, last year when they played in Chicago, what did even happen? I kind of forget. I remember when they played in Minneapolis, that game was wild. I think the Bears won 12-10. It was so ugly. Outside of that, though, I can't really remember what happened. 2023. Oh yeah, that's kind of a relevant game. Whatever though, I think Jordan Addison got his first touchdown in week 6 when they played. Anyway though, announcing it will be Kevin Kugler, Daryl Johnson, Laura Oakman. I don't know who's calling it on Sports US Radio if you even have that. Jesus. Either way, on the map, it is literally just the north Midwest, and then obviously you're getting the North Mountain West and just Montana for whatever reason. So, yeah, a lot of this northern part of the country is getting this, and that's about it. Weather in Chicago, 46 degrees. You got some cloudy weather, and also 8-mile-per-hour winds, so that's pretty good. Vikings starting lineup, though, Sam Darnold, quarterback. I think he's 5th in the league in touchdowns. 5th, yeah, I don't even know how, but he is. Aaron Jones, Cam Akers in the backfield with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Jalen Naylor at receiver. T.J. Hawkinson, tight end. Josh Oliver will be out for this one. C.J. Ham at fullback. Cam Robinson, Brian O'Neill, of course, both at tackle with Dalton Reisner. Playing both tackle positions, so I guess they just cloned him. Garrett Bradbury at center. I mean, they really don't want Ed Ingram playing. But for this defense, Jerry Tillery actually has had a surprising, I wouldn't say bounce back here, but a year and a half to say the least. Yeah, he is just not really that much, guys. Harrison Phillips, Jonathan Martin, both very brutally average. Pat Jones is good, though, as a pass rusher. Jonathan Gennard, Andrew Van Ginkel, Dallas Turner, and I guess Bro Richard off the edge with both starting linebackers. Stephon Gilmore, Shaq Griffin kind of having career renaissance, and Byron Murphy all at corner. Oh, yeah, speaking of that, Josh Meadows obviously there as well. What happened to Shaquem Griffin? I haven't heard about him since 2018. I think it's when he got drafted, right? There we go. He is retired to say the least. But actually what happened? Yeah, he played in 2020 a little bit. He never really got much playing time. Again, he hasn't won yet if you didn't know. So, okay. That's all I really wanted to know there. Either way, though, both safeties, of course, you got Cam Bynum and Harrison Smith. Jordan, I don't know who this guy's name is, but he's there. And, of course, Ryan Reddy, punter. Any update on Will Reichardt's return? I think it was a couple weeks ago he got injured. Nope, no, quad injury. All right, either way, though, for the who actually their other team are playing? Oh, yeah, Chicago. I kind of, blacked out there. Either way, though. You got Caleb Williams, quarterback, obviously with DeAndre Swift being questionable. Roshan Johnson, Travis Helmer, both in the backfield. Ian Wheeler, that's a name, guys. Okay. Never heard of him, though. DJ Moore, receiver. Keenan Allen's questionable. DeAndre Carter, obviously, is the return specialist. I don't know what's going on in this receiving core. Of course, Rome Odunze also there. Having pretty much a pretty underwhelming season overall for him. Ryan Bates is out at left guard, so Tevin Jenkins would probably move there. Again, he hasn't really been good this year, though. The rest of the O-line, obviously, has gone through their struggles, specifically Braxton Jones. Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, both at tight end, with Montez Sweat, DeMarcus Walker, Austin Booker, Darrell Taylor off the edge, with Zach Pickens again and Grover Jackson Sr. The two rookies picked, I think, from the 2023 draft, if I'm not mistaken. They're defensive tackle with TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, and Jack Sanborn. The big three, as I like to call them, there at linebacker. Secondary is good to go outside of Elijah Hicks being out. That means Jonathan Jones will be getting the start. Of course, Quan Brisker was put on the IR a little while back. Concussion, wasn't making progress as we wanted, so he'll probably be out for a while. Cairo Santos and Tyler Taylor, kicker and punter. With that said, who's going to win this one? I am going, that's the wrong game. I'm going to go with the Vikings. I expect them to be pretty close. I definitely think the Bears could win this one, but the lack of offense just overall for this team, again, even last week when they actually played pretty well overall, best they looked in weeks, obviously, with that split option approach, which if you don't know is literally just giving Caleb two guys to throw to on passing situations, and even then you can switch to a run play. It's a very effective system for young strong quarterbacks, but it only works if you have a good a good group of receivers that know what the hell they're doing, which they do have, and obviously a running game. So that again, not really, they don't really have a running game. At least a running back that's got decent vision. With that said, though, good personnel there for the Bears. I expect them to be pretty effective with that against the Vikings squad that can definitely expose in some ways. But still, I'm gonna say the Vikings win this one 20-13. Shouldn't be the most exciting game to watch, but overall it should be pretty competitive. It's really all you want at the end of the day, right? With that said, though, I don't know what's up this the national games. I had to pick something. Here's our first of them. Again, first game of Fox doubleheader as well. Guys, as bad as the Cowboys are, they're always gonna be on national television. Get ready for Thanksgiving though, because this isn't actually as bad as you think it is. Fox has to feature something in the lead up to their America's Game of the Week, which also is very well limping into that game that window as well. Anyway, though, Fox's first game of their doubleheader will be a rough game to say the least. Is the Dallas Cowboys, who are Dallas, as I like to say, coming in this one, of course, going up against the Commanders, who are really struggling right now, guys. I mean, they've lost 2 in a row. Like they're so guys. If you're a Commanders fan, like man, we lost 2 in a row, man. You guys haven't been good in 30 years. Like, what the heck is going on? Like, actually. But, realistically, for the Commanders, they should blow the Cowboys out in this one. And it shouldn't even be close for a second. But, offensively, the past 2 weeks, Cliff Kingsbury's refused to make any adjustments, especially in that second half against the Eagles. That was really bad last week. But still, coming in on kind of a mini bye week, this is definitely a game they're going to really want to win for sure, especially with what's coming up next week. No, they're playing the Titans. These next 2 weeks before their bye week need to be wins. That's as simple as it is. They should be 9-4 going into that game after the bye in Week 15. But with that said, again, very good spot for the Commanders. Again, like if they won a game against the Eagles, I think the Commanders, I definitely can see that could absolutely make the playoffs. But the problem with this team is, again, against really good teams as we saw, they're too young. They're not really too young. They're just not really ready to beat those really good teams. That's really all I got for you guys. But again, last week was tough. Bounce back here against the Cowboys, who again are really bad, and you guys should be okay. Speaking of that, the Cowboys should just get Trey Lance out there because they're going to be getting a top 5 pick regardless. Cooper Rush threw for a lot of yards last week. They still lost by a boatload, and it's not really all Cooper Rush's fault. They made made a couple of scores closer. It's really because they have an inability to really take advantage of opportunities, as well as the fact that they blow butt on third down, guys. I think overall, as well as the fact that on defense they're just a mess as well. Again, I thought they were going to look good, a lot better than what we saw. Again, they really weren't any better than we thought they would be. Anyway, though, of course, they lost 5 in a row, but they'll probably be 6 in a row here as well. The game's going to be at 1 o'clock on Fox, Sports App, and NFL Plus. And again, what you can really expect from this game, guys, go watch the highlights from the Commanders and Cowboys, or Washington football team to be exact, in 2020. Joe Davis is the one calling the game, so if you go to the wrong one, it's going to be different. But it's not the one on Thanksgiving. It's not the one with Joe Buck. It's the one with Joe Davis. If you watch those highlights, That's what you can expect from this one. Either way, announcing it will, of course, be Joe Davis, Greg Olsen, and Pam Oliver. Sorry for you guys. Map-wise, again, most of the country, unfortunately, will be getting this game. I do not suggest watching it. Weather, though, 57 degrees, 9-mile-per-hour winds, mostly sunny, which, again, is kind of weird, but that's what's going on for here. Hey, even the program doesn't really work here either. Cowboys, though. Cooper Rush, of course, quarterback. Trey Lance should be starting, just for the memes. I swear, if he doesn't start on Thanksgiving, I'm going to be pissed. Rico Dowdle, Zeke in the backfield, CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Tolbert, Ryan Flournoy, don't know who he is, but he'll be there. Jalen Brooks really got benched. Jaquan Durbin, obviously, with the 64-yard and lone touchdown for the Cowboys last week. They've only scored one touchdown, I just realized that. Since, what was it? Yeah, in a little bit. Jonathan Mingo, obviously, the big trade acquisition who was supposed to transform this team is waiting to his transform this team, I guess. Jake Ferguson, of course, starting tight end. I think he's out with concussion. Luke Schoonmaker and Brevin Spanford are going to be starting. That is a car, I swear. Spanford has to be a car. Or Spamford. I mean, it makes sense. Like Spam, like the meat, or, again, it's a scam because it's bad. And Ford, like the car brand that's actually not that bad. But still, without yapping anymore, Hunter Lubick at fullback. I don't really care about this O-line. They're cooked anyway. Defensively, you got Chauncey Golston with Micah Parsons off the edge. Again, Micah Parsons probably going to end with like 18 sacks somehow and, still not getting any recognition. No, but anyway. Miles Smith is a complete bust. Oso Digizua is out there by himself in that D-line. DeMar Obershun is a beast. I hope he gets like 4 pick sixes this week. That would be hilarious. Trayvon Diggs will be out. Josh Butler, not a Butler. He's probably going to be the Butler to Terry McLaurin this week. He's just going to be giving him touchdowns. Outside of that, though, yeah, who cares? Brandon Aubrey's in it like an 80-yarder or something like that. For the Commanders, I might start Terry McLaurin. That might actually be a good idea. Either way, though, Brian Robinson Jr., Austin Eckler, running back with Jaden Daniels, tight end. No, he's a quarterback. Oh, my God. Oh, that was so bad. Either way, though, Zach Ertz, quarterback with... you got that? Either way, he's of course their tight end. After that, though, yeah, you get what's going on. I don't care about this O-line. I don't care about this defense. No, I'll go through the defense. Let's be nice. Clelin Ferrell is kind of a bounce back here again after being that huge bust. Dorrance Armstrong's been their number one passer, like a legit number one pass rusher. Jerzon Newton, let's forget what happened 2 weeks ago. Deron Payne is going to carry the load in terms of penetration on the team line. Linebacker-wise, Dante Fowler Jr. is still doing his thing, but he really hasn't done it much in a couple of weeks. He's still kind of pathetic. No, not really. Whatever. Bobby Wagner, of course, and Frankie Louisville, linebacker, the two free agent acquisitions have done wonders for this defense. Of course, with Benjamin St. Juste, Marshall Lattimore first being out for another week, he has done so much for this team off the trade deadline. He was worth every single fourth-round pick they gave up for him, which was only one. Amanda Forbes will probably get the start. Quan Martin and Jeremy Shin both at safety. Of course, Meg Sanders still in the slot. Austin Seibert, Tress Way, kicker and punter. Thank God he's back. He screwed me over last week in fantasy. I mean, it really wasn't his fault, but I lost because of him. Anyway, though, announcing it. No, not announcing it. Announcing the score will be me, and I'm going to say the Commanders win this one, I don't know, 24-10. I really don't expect this to be much of a game, but I don't expect the Cowboys to actually get too many points. They probably will somehow anyway, but I'm going to be a little bit nicer to the Cowboys. I'm thankful for how they played this year. Nonetheless, though, 24-10. Now let's get to a game that might even be worse than this one. Hey, lowers high reward for CBS, guys. Any Chiefs fan's gonna watch this game anyway. But yeah, could be a blowout, could be crazy. I'm here to see it. Anyway, yeah, here's CBS's single header game. Yeah, run it. And with no offense to the 2015, that's when they lost it, right? Seattle Seahawks. Here is your CBS feature game of the week, and yes, it is that bad of a lineup for CBS this week that they will not have Jim Nantz or Tony Romo be calling this game. Just wanted to mention it now. Last year they had Romo and Nantz take off the week after Thanksgiving because they had to call 2 games. But this year, they're saying that you got the kind of like their rest or bye week before it. I don't know how they'll lose it, but maybe they will. Again, not getting called the Chiefs, I guess, or getting Tony Romo being lazy on. But nonetheless, they'll obviously be calling 2 games next week. That, of course, being Bears-Lions on Thanksgiving, and then they'll be calling, honestly, what I think will be the game of the year when it comes down to it. Eagles-Ravens at 4:25, like they called that Bills-Eagles game, which was the game of the year last year. Again, when they call that on Thanksgiving weekend as well. And then I think they'll be calling a game in week 14, if I'm not mistaken. Nonetheless, though, this is your featured game. Of course, the Chiefs coming off their first loss season, probably a little bit pissed, or not. I don't think they really care, guys. They're going to just wait until they get to the AFC Championship. But they actually kind of need to win this one because they want to stay a game ahead of a Buffalo Bills team that does have the head-to-head on them. So it's not a game they want to lose. On the other side, though, for the Panthers, of course, they won back-to-back games, again, coming off their bye week, of course, as well. They didn't lose their bye week, though, unlike the Giants. But, of course, they beat those Giants back in Week 10 in Munich, Germany, in what was an atrocity of a football game. But it still was a win. They, of course, beat the Saints the week before that. You know, they now have more wins than all of last year, which, again, is saying something considering they were so good last year, obviously. Bryce Young, of course, is still their starter, though. I mean, he got benched, and they're like, yeah, we kind of just want to throw him out there because, you know, like what the heck did he have to lose? And what did they have to lose in this one? Well, absolutely nothing. So, hey, it might be close. That would actually be really funny. And if the Chiefs actually found a way to lose this game, I mean, guys, that might be the biggest upset in, like, I don't even know when. But still, it's not going to be an upset. I'll tell you that right now. Either way, though, 1 o'clock on CBS, NFL Plus, and Paramount Plus will be the streaming services for whatever you want to call this game. The Chiefs actually played the Panthers, and actually was kind of a similar record back in 2020. They barely, and I mean, they were, like, by the nails on their teeth, or whatever that saying is, or simile, or whatever it's called. Whatever. They barely beat the Panthers, like barely back in 2020. They won 33-31. I think the Panthers' Joey Slye missed like a 60-yard field goal for the win. It was wild. The Panthers were like 3-6 in that one too. So again, and that was when the Chiefs were at home too, and they were probably even better that year. So I'm not going to go too wild on this one in terms of the Chiefs blowing out the Panthers. I'm telling you that right now. So I'll give you guys some hope that you're Panthers fans. Ideals, Charles Davis, Evan Washburn on the call for this one. It's still CBS is honestly probably a better team, but it isn't their A team. But they're getting an A game anyway. Looking at the map though, it will be in red. Yet most of the country will be in this game in some form or another. Weather in Charlotte for this one, 5-mile-per-hour wind, 61 degrees, sunny. So typical Panthers game weather. Mahomes, Carson Wentz is his backup. Kareem Hunt, again, still a starter. Samaj P. also there. DeAndre Hopkins, Xavier Worthy, Juju Smith-Schuster, receiver, of course, to Justin Watson, McCall, and also the other healthy guys. Of course, Darrell Hollywood Brown, and Rashee Rice, their top 2 receivers. Again, if at the start of the season, obviously before. Hollywood Brown was revealed to not be playing a game in a Chiefs uniform this year, or maybe even ever. Of course, Rashee Rice out for the season after tearing his ACL in Week 4. Kelsey, Noah Gray, tight end. Wanya Morris, of course, the left tackle. The O-line is the exact same as last season. Outside of that, though. And for this defense, George Karlaftis, Mike Dana, Felix Ndugi, who's dominant, Malik carrying off the edge, Joshua Uche also there. Any update on Charles and Manny who are returning? He's been ruled out. That's all we know. All right. Chris Jones, Derek Nottie at defensive tackle with Drew Tranquil, Nick Bolton, Leo Chanel across the linebacker core. Trench McDuffie, Nazi Johnson, Shamari Connor, who again has been pretty good all season there in the slot. Brian Cook, Justin Reed there at safety, with Spencer Schrader and Matt Reiser at kicker and punter. And then on the other side, when we look at the Carolina Panthers, they, of course, have Bryce Young at quarterback. Chuba Hubbard is, of course, in the backfield. Jonathan Brooks, the Kai coming off his ACL, is questionable. And there's no update on his return. I don't know why they don't show the injury reports there. Rasheed Blackshear, at least, is the backup, though. Adam Thielen, Joe Cooker, both are questionable. Xavier will get David Moore and Devin Tompkins there at receiver. Jatavion Sanders and Tommy Tremble there at tight end. O-line is good to go. Defensively, though, Aisha Robinson, Shai Tuttle. LeBron Ray is questionable. Jaden Crumedy, or Jonathan Harris, I think, there off the edge. We'll see. Gigi Wadden's questionable as well as, their entire defense is cooked. Secondary is good to go, though. J.C. Jackson, not J.C. Jackson. J.C. Horn has having his first healthy season, which is a lot better than what we've seen in the past. Ed Barrow is questionable. Johnny Hecker, a kicker, at punter, I guess. Either way, though. Who's going to win this one? Again, the Chiefs really haven't blown anyone completely out of the water this year. I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. I'm not going to really say the rest of that, but still. Realistically, final score of this one, I'm going to say the Chiefs win this one. Let's say like 30-15. You know, I think that's a pretty fair score. 30-15 Chiefs. It's not going to be much of a game, but I'm not going to give them like a mega blowout because that's definitely not going to happen. Anyway, though, let's get into our later games. First, starting out with an AFC West Division match. And in a pretty later window, I guess it's like not really much of a difference. But still, we got in the lone game of the late afternoon regional window, we do have the Broncos hosting the Raiders, or not hosting the Raiders. They're playing the Raiders. They hosted them earlier this season. What was a blowout 34-18 win. Again, kind of cosmetics there with the score for the Raiders. Anyway, though, Broncos coming this one off of a pretty solid win last week, to say the least, as they absolutely dismantled the Atlanta Falcons 38-6. Bo Nix threw like 4 touchdowns. He has been really, really good since like, I don't even know, October started, something like that. I don't know, something like clicked for him. So that's good. Anyway, though, of course, before that, they had 2 tough losses against AFC heavyweights, to say the least, but they won't have to be playing one this week against the Raiders squad that is actually, they're a big heavyweight, just saying again, the Tank Bowl conversation. They've lost 6 in a row. Their offense is miserable, and they should sign Daniel Jones-able. No, that doesn't work. Whatever, though. This is not going to be much of a matchup, to say the least. Maybe it will be. You never know. Broncos next week. I just want to talk about that because it's a little more interesting than this. Let's see. They're playing a team. Oh yeah, they're hosting the Browns on Monday Night Football. That is something. We'll see. Should be entertaining anyway. Whatever though. 4:05 on CBS, NFL Plus, and Paramount Plus will be your streaming services. Of course, this is the last game we'll be talking about on CBS today. So yeah, don't get mad, people there. Kevin Harlan, Trent Green, though, Melanie Collins on the call. Steve Levy and Max Starks will be on ESPN Radio. I swear, this should be CBS's #1 team. Kevin Harlan, Trent Green are just they're so freaking good together. No Diddy though. Anyway though, it's in blue. You got it this area. you know, the country's getting it. Yeah, the country. There we go. You don't know what the hell you're talking about there. Well, though, for the Broncos, bonus quarterback, 5-letter full name, which is probably the shortest in the league, to be honest with you. Javonte Williams, Audric Estime in the backfield, Cortland's son, Devon Vele, and Lil Jordan. Yeah, Lil Jordan, what a name, bro. And, of course, Troy Franklin there at receiver. Adam Troutman, not the fish. And Nate Adkins, a tight end. Of course, you got Michael Burton. They just got 2 fullbacks, guys. Nate Adkins and Michael Burton are basically both fullbacks. Lucas Kroll, I think he looks like a tight end, too. No, he's a fullback. Greg Dulcich hasn't done anything in a while. O-line's good to go. Of course, Michael Lynch is going to start now, I guess. And he regained his starting position, I guess. Whoa. Either way, though, Zach Allen's questionable. Jordan Jackson would go if he can't go. Obviously, outside of that, I mean, Nick Benito's been pretty gross this year, as well as DJ Jones and Jonathan Franklin Myers. No, what? John Cooper, though, also off the edge. You got Jonah Ellis there as well. Secondary-wise, Jaquan McMillan, of course, Patrick Shannon with that 100-something yard pick 6 against the Raiders back in week, 5. And obviously, Riley Moss, of course, the only white cornerback in the NFL outside of Cooper DeJean there. And, of course, Brandon Jones, P.J. Lockett, safety. Will Lutz, kicker. Riley Dixon, a punter. Then for the Raiders. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, it is. I'm not a Raiders native. Gardner Minshew there, quarterback. Desmond Ridder, of course, there at the backup position. Alexander Madison, Zamir White, both doubtful. You might see Amir Abdullah. I don't know, bro. That's not what I'm supposed to figure out. Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, DJ Turner. Of course he's going to play, guys. These guys are both doubtful. Like, who the heck is else going to play? Dylan Lube? Yeah, he definitely has 1,000 of them. Either way, though, Brock Bowers, tight end, 58-yard touchdown against the Broncos back in week 5. Maybe something similar. That would be good for fantasy owners. Or not. They might not be happy after this one. Michael Mayer, he's definitely the mayor of Vegas. That definitely sounds like a guy who would be the mayor of Vegas. Colin Miller at the left tackle. Cody White here. And he has white hair. Look at it. Dang it, bro. Why don't you just, like, get old? Honor James there at center, though. I guess he's questionable. RCO line's good to go. And, again, the guys you'd expect to be starting outside of Max Crosby on a 2-8 football team are the guys that are starting for this 2-8 football team. Dino Carlson, AJ Cole there, kicker and punter. And Drew, I think, is going to win this one. Yeah, Broncos, they're going to complete the season sweep. Let's say they win this one 32-13. Yeah, there's a score for you. But anyway, yeah, here's what, honestly, you could probably argue that could be the best match of the day. Anyway, though, go Seahawks in a big NFC West division battle. And what is, for all intensive purposes, a battle for first place in the NFC West. We do have the Arizona Cardinals, who are red hot coming in this one, of course. 4 straight W's off their bye week, which I bet they didn't even want, against a Seahawks squad in what will be their biggest 3-game stretch they've had all season, and as well, yeah, probably for the rest of the season if I had to guess. Nonetheless, though, again, this is the the Seahawks and Cardinals will be facing each other, of course, in their season series 2 of the next 3 weeks. So very well. These next 3 weeks for both of these teams will decide each of their fates. Of course, the middle game for the Seahawks is at the Jets, which again is a lot better than at the Vikings, if we're going to be honest there. But hey, Aaron Rodgers is going to be playing in one of those places next year. We'll just have to figure out which one later. Anyway, though, of course, the Cardinals, like I said, have come in this one are red hot. I don't really care who they be before that. They dismantled that same Jet squad. The Seahawks are playing next week. I don't even know. They might not even be the same team. You never know what could happen in a couple weeks. Oh, yeah, they don't have Joe Douglas anymore. Well, we'll get to that at some point. Anyway, though, the Cardinals obviously are really, really good as of late, but can they keep that up, or are they even legit? Well, this is a game to tell us. Obviously, the Seahawks are coming off of a wild win against the Niners last week, of course, with Geno Smith, sticking it up the Niners, and, getting the W. I don't know where I put myself. I'm kind of digging myself a hole there. Anyway, though, getting out of that hole, the Seahawks are obviously going to look to win this one as well. I mean, they don't have to look to win it. They can just do it. Like, that's always an option, too. Anyways, though, the Seahawks have won, like, 3 in a row, I think, against the Seahawks Cardinals here, or something like that. Maybe 4 in a row. They beat them a couple years ago, right, in 2021? I think something like that. No, they lost that one. Whatever. They won 3 of the 4. Yeah, 3 of the past 4 matchups here. Of course, back-to-back years, obviously, they beat them 19-9, allowing touchdown in 2022. And then last year, kind of relevant, 2010 win, of course, without the Cardinals obviously having to play anyone because, Kyler was injured. Anyway, though, 4:25 on Fox, Fox Sports Depth, and NFL Plus coming into this game. Announcing, of course, would be Adam Mead, Mark Schiller, presenting the Pink Sports US Radio of Josh Apple and Brandon Noble on the call. Map-wise, it's in blue. You got most of the Northwest as well as, the Phoenix, Arizona game getting this. Honestly, though, this is definitely a better matchup than the America's Game of the Week. 45 degrees, though. It's gonna rain. That's what's going on, which is not good for Kyler because he can't throw wet balls. Whoa. Anyway, though, 4 miles per hour. 4 miles per hour there in terms of the wind. Outside of that, though, looking at it, Kyle Murray, of course, a quarterback. Lane Tunis is backup. James Conner at running back. Trey Benson will get there. Maybe even a little bit of Amari DiMarcano. Of course, he had the 53-yard rushing touchdown against the Bears back in Week 9. Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson. That's Greg Wilson. No, Greg Dorsch, their receiver. Trey McBride, tight end. O-line is good to go. Jonah Williams not being good to go. I guess he's questionable. Kevin Beecham would go if he can't. Tristan Colon, what a name there. Colon. I don't know how to pronounce your name, bro. Fix that, I guess. No, it's 5 letters. I should know it. Anyway, though. Elijah Furlot at center. Evan Brown at tackle. Yeah, I kind of just guard. I completely wasted time there. Anyway, though. Defensively, D-line is not the best in the league by any means, but they get out there and they do their own thing. Of course, Derry Robinson has been doing his own thing on the bench, but see if he's back and ready to go. Kaiser White, Baron Browning, and Mac Wilson, the senior, of course, they're a linebacker. If you didn't know, Baron Browning is back on this team. I don't know his splits with this team, though. He technically has one solo tackle, which is not great. He hasn't really played much this year. Secondary wise, Sean Murphy, Bunty, Sterling, Thomas Smith, and Garrett Williams there. His corner, of course, Buda Baker at free safety. Jalen Thompson will not be good, of course, being out because they need someone stop the run, of course, allowing Buda Baker to be as multiple as he is. He's like literally allowing this defense to do a lot of different stuff, to say the least. Of course, that's because Buda Baker's so good. Again, I'm telling you, again, with Jalen Thompson out, again, potential in terms of playmaking for this defense goes down so much because it's literally just Buda Baker out there. Joey Butler probably start. Daniel Tamer-Deverson, I guess we'll get the start. I still don't trust him though. He again on film he's been all over the place. He's definitely like electric, but I don't know. I take Joey Butler over him again in that this is the role that they've established for Jalen Thompson over the past couple of years. He's like really been a rock solid guy for them. Chad Riley there, kicker, and of course Blake Gillikin at punter. And then on the other side for Seattle, well, I don't really care what's going on here because they lost to the Rams. But anyway, Geno Smith at quarterback, K9, Zach Charbonnet are the starters there at running back. First, you got DK who's been going off the past couple weeks, and Tyler Lockett, their receiver. Jake Bobo hasn't done anything since like weeks, honestly, against this team a couple of years last year. Noah Fant at tight end is questionable. Charles Cross, Lakin Tomlinson, Olu Awadanami, and Anthony Bradford, as well as Abraham Lucas across the O-line. As well as Jaron Reed, Jonathan Higgins, Leonard Williams across the D-line, Derek Hall, Boyo Mafe off the edge, Ernest Jones, Tyrese Knight there at linebacker, Reek Woolen, Rayshon Jenkins questionable, Kobe Bryant will probably start, Julian Love, as well as Trey Brown and Devon Witherspoon running out the secondary, and of course Jason Myers. And Michael Dixon, the kicker and punter. And Phil Isaac's going to win this one, of course. If you didn't know, the past two seasons in these two series, they have both ended up in sweeps. They're actually past 3 seasons because the Cardinals swept them that year as well. But, of course, with that said, I'm going to actually expect the Seahawks to win this one. I think it'll be a close game for sure. But I think they're going to be able to figure out a way to win this one, as well as think the Cardinals make a mistake late. And yeah, see their 4-game winning streak come to an end. But this is about as dead even as it gets, so it's basically a coin flip. I'm going to say the Seahawks win this one 24-21 nonetheless. And with that said, let's get to, I guess, what's technically America's Game of the Week. Guys, this might be the weakest lineup of the year for national games. Outside of this one, which of course we'll get to after whatever we want to call this next one. I mean, preseason, guys, this game should have been a lock for a great game, but with some circumstances, and again, the Niners being pretty desperate, I don't think that's going to be the case. And like the Niners own the Cowboys, they also own the Packers, but they're not going to own the Packers today. I mean, I hope you guys assume they won't. Anyway, though, the desperate 49ers, who again have been really inconsistent this season and just really haven't gotten anything going really all year. I mean, people assumed they were going to get it going after their bye week, and they nearly escaped the Bucs. And then last week kind of just blew up and or imploded in a lot of ways against the Seahawks. And that kind of comes back to bite them now as they are without their 2 best players, or most important players, Nick Bosa and Brock Purdy, there we go, for this one. So, yeah, they're in a really a pretty big tough spot overall for them, obviously, though. And it's not going to get any easier next week. They're going to Buffalo. So, what might actually be the 2 toughest road places to play in terms of weather overall in the entire NFL. They got to go back-to-back weeks again as a team that's from SoCal. Or not SoCal. Well, yeah, probably from SoCal. It's just not the greatest situation for the Niners. They might be cooked. I think they are cooked, though. Anyway, though, Packers on their side didn't really play much better than the Niners last week, but again, were able to escape anyway with that blocked field goal. On their way to a 2019 win over the Bears, who, of course, they now have 11 straight wins over. But nonetheless, they don't haven't played good football in a while. Let's be honest there. I think their last good win was back in, what was it, week who the heck did they play against? Oh, yeah. It might have even been against the Cardinals. They played, who the heck did they play against the 5-2? Who was even against? Oh, yeah. Honestly, I think their best game was, their best game since, week 6. They haven't really played, really, really good Packer football since then. Because they haven't really beat anyone that great. But anyway, they're going to look to do the same thing against the Niners, so that obviously is, they're really toasting this one. Just complete the kill, obviously. Anyway, though, 425 on Fox, Fox Sports App, as well as Fox Support Days. And, yeah, the NFL Plus as well. And you can probably watch this on whatever streaming service you want to as well. Outside of that, though, obviously these two teams were played in the divisional round last year. Jordan Love's first match against the Niners didn't really go the way as planned, obviously, with his heave downfield right to a Niners defender on the side of the Niners, again, and avoiding the upset on the NFC Championship. 24-21 was the final on that one. They didn't play in the regular season, but, again, they played a lot with the past couple years. Most of those games have gone to the Niners, obviously, at least in the playoffs, but see if anything changes here. Anyway, though, announcing, of course, would be Kevin Burkhardt, Tom Brady, Aaron Andrews, Tom Rinaldi, Compass Media Radio with Todd Enerick, and Brian Baldinger. Map-wise, again, it's most of the country, so, I mean, again, it probably should be flipped, but it's just not going to be. Weather in Green Bay, obviously, is going to go 43 degrees, 9-mile-per-hour winds, cloudy, so, again, it's not too harsh, but it's still pretty cold overall for a Niners squad. Brock Purdy, of course, will be out, again, with the shoulder tightness thing. Brandon Allen will start. He's not the best backup in the league. He hasn't really done much in a while. Christian McCaffrey, Jordan Mason in the backfield, of course, with Debo, Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pierce, receiver, George Kittle, tight end, Kyle Juszczyk at fullback. Trent Williams is questionable. Jalen Moore will get started if he couldn't go. The rest of the O-line is good to go, though. And for this defense, Leonard Floyd, Nick Bosa, again, like I said, will be out again with the hip/oblique injury. Robert Beal Jr. will definitely get the start, obviously. He is much better than Regis Herco's matches at this point. Kevin Givens is out. Both starting defensive tackles are good to go. Devondre Campbell, of course, Fred Warner, and DFF there at linebacker. Any update on Dre Greenlaw returning and Achilles? Could be designated return and resume practice this week. So I expect him to be back somewhat soon. Again, not for sure, though. Travis Ward will be out again. Ronaldo Green, again, the press rookie there is there. As well as Rocky Seen, Isaiah Yadam, and Deontay Lenore also there, as well as Jared Brown. And Malik Mustafa, the two young safeties there as well. Of course, you got Jake Moody, kicker, Pat O'Donnell, a punter, Jacob Cohen, the returner, and again, punter returner at least, will be out for this one. And then when we look at the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love at quarterback, Josh Jacobs, who got 2 touchdowns a week, and Emmanuel Wilson in the backfield. Jaden Reed, Raymond Dobbs, as well Christian Watson, with his best game of the year last week in terms of receiving yards, is there as well. Tyler Kraft, Ben Simmons, both at tight end. Rasheed Walker, Elton Jenkins, Josh Myers, Sean Runyon, and Zach Tom across the O-line. Jordan Morgan will be on IR as well as Lucas Van Ness, Rashawn Gary, Devontae Wyatt, and Kenny Clark across the D-line, as well as Quay Walker, Ederson Cooper being out. Eric Wilson, of course, a middle linebacker. And, of course, Isaiah McDuffie at sub-linebacker. Jair Alexander is out. Carrick Valentine will probably get the start, as well as Evan Williams, David McKinney, both at safety. Keyshawn Nixon, Eric Stokes there, both at the corner, of course, with Javon Bullard also there. Brandon McManus, Daniel Wheelman, kicker and punter. And with all that said, I mean, I'm already going to pick the Packers, guys. Like, I really don't see how this game's going to be particularly, competitive. But I'm just going to give you guys a little bit more of an interesting prediction. Evan Williams has a pick 6. There we go, the rookie from Oregon. 24-13 Packers, that was my prediction. Kind of a weird score, but weird scores are good scores. So that's what I got for you guys here. Here's Sunday Night Football for you. There we go. The Rams played against the Eagles 6 years ago on Sunday Night Football. That did not go as planned, but thankfully for them, they didn't really have to win that one, I guess. This time they actually do. If you remember watching the Thursday Night Football preview back in Week 8 for the Rams, I was going bonkers. I'm like, they need to win this one so bad. I'm not going to do the same thing here because, I don't even know about this team, guys. It's been a wild season. But they actually really need to win this one. And I honestly think, again, it's kind of like sink or swim. It's not even in a bad way either. The Rams know this. They know, how good they actually are because I'm just waiting to see. Again, this Eagles squad, though, they've been the best team in the league. Again, I don't really care what people say since, week 4 or since, whatever. After their bye week, they've won 6 in a row. Their defense has been downright elite overall in that stretch. And really, outside of that Jags game, they really haven't played bad football at all. Again, they barely beat the Browns, but that Browns defense actually played pretty well in that one. Again, we've seen they've had potential to do that this year. It's not like they're, again, complete bums. But still, the Eagles obviously aren't, again, the best team in the league by any means. They are flawed, but again, having Saquon, who's having the best year of his career, but by far, so far this season, as well as, again, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith both being elite receivers. Jalen Hurts not taking care... Yes, taking care of the football. And again, that defense playing out of their minds as well as this offensive line playing very, very good as they always do. Puts this team in a spot where they should do what they did to the Rams last year. Of course, win by double digits. Or not double digits. Win by 2 scores. Control the clock and just play good football. They can do that. Honestly, that's what all they really need to do. For the Rams, put up 30 freaking points. Put up a really good offensive showdown game. And again, your defense will play well. They're one of the more talented groups in the league. You have the best, most electric, most explosive pass rush in the entire NFL, guys. This Rams defense will put them in spots, like in really good spots. Yes, they'll probably give up a blunt bomb. They might give up, not going to give up a long run. This Rams run defense has been flat out ridiculous off their bye week as well. So that's not. I don't really think Saquon's going to blow us up. He might, but he didn't last year. I don't really expect it to happen either in this one. But for the Rams offense, though, it's put up or shut up, guys. Yeah, they had 4 touchdowns last week against the Patriots, which I guess is pretty good. But they still were pretty atrocious on third down. But you saw, avoid third down. Like, get first down. It's kind of simple like that. But still, in the red zone, they got to be about as effective as possible. And biggest thing, though, for the Rams, they got to face that team. They got to be really good on third down in this one if they want to have a shot. But still, this is put up or shut up for the Rams. Are you a team that is, like, legit and can, like really just pound anyone, punch someone in the mouth? Are you that team? Well, we'll see in this one. If you lose, it's probably your apps. Anyway, though, they have a very good opportunity in this one. Eagles are obviously a very, very good team. This Rams squad's going to have to bring their A game. Anyway, though, Football in America, as always, starts at 7 o'clock on NBC, Universo, as well as NBC Sports app, and, of course, Peacock, where you can see the post-game of this, as well as NFL Plus. And, again, Sunday Night Football Final, again, on Peacock. We'll be wrapping up all your action for this day as well. But, like I said, last year, the Eagles, they beat the Rams pretty handily. It wasn't, like... It wasn't a blow-up by any means, but the Eagles were definitely the better team in that one. Anyway, though, yeah, that's when they were 5-0. Anyway, announcing, of course, will be Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, and Melissa Stark. Miguel Gurwitz, Ronaldo Cantu, and Arian Figueroa, though, on Universo. Westwood 1, Ryan Radajik, and Kurt Warner. Again, they'll probably be staying in the same place because we got this thing tomorrow. So, yeah, wait for the Monday Night Football preview. I might even do that. I'm going to try something different. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, though, Jalen Hurts, quarterback. Kenny Pickett, of course, the backup. Saquon, Kenneth Gainwell in the backfield. A.J. Brown. Devontae Smith is actually going to be out for this one. That's actually definitely an interesting dynamic for sure. Jahan Dotson, though, Johnny Wilson. Dallas Goedert's going to have a 60-yard touchdown this one. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Mekhi Becton, and Lane Johnson. I do expect the Rams to get some interior pressure in this one. I really do think so. Because Mekhi Becton is not good at all. And Kobe Turner is one of the best defensive linemen in the entire NFL. So, look out for that. Defensively, Milton Williams, Jordan Davis, Matthew Joe Carter, they're also really good. See, this Rams O-line is actually legit. Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat off the edge, as well as N'Kobe Dean. And Zach Bond, you'll see a lot of Nolan Smith Jr. as well, and some stunts as well. He's very fast. And he's going to really test his Rams O-line. Secondary-wise, Cooper DeJean is going to be doing a lot in the slot this week. He's going to have a lot of responsibilities in terms of covering up those receivers, as well as having to take on some pretty big blocks. Darius Slay, he's going to do his job. Quinton Mitchell will definitely be challenged as well. Maybe not as much, though. He just can't get lackadaisical or get caught up in some of those zones, because if he does, he could get burned. Will he? Absolutely not. He's one of the best rookies in the NFL right now. Don't really expect that to happen, but again, he's still a rookie. Senior Gardner Johnson, after having a really bad start of the season, has kind of caught himself in stride a little bit, kind of like tripping into stride. Well, accidentally, I guess. I don't know. He still doesn't look very into the game, but, you know, he's playing a lot better. Reed Blankenship, obviously pretty solid there at free safety. Jake Elliott, kicker. Bradley Pinion at punter. And then for my Rams, where are they? There we go. Stafford, quarterback, he's got to be really good, of course, as always. Kyron Williams, I don't know, score a touchdown. Blake Corum also in the backfield. Puka Nacua, as always. DeMarcus Robinson, Tutu Atwell. Let's see if they can actually step up. Jordan Whittington, again, he hasn't really done much in a while, but I'd like to see him get some targets. Davis Allen and Kobe Parkinson, tight end. Any update on Tyler Higbee returning? A couple weeks away. All right, I think we talked about that last week. I just want him to come back so bad. We need him badly. Rob Havenstein is doubtful. Crap. Joe Manokum's getting the start. He just hasn't been good this year. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. He was good last year as a death piece, but just isn't really there right now. Yeah, Jonah Jackson got benched. That's just such a waste of money right now. But Bo Lever at center, he works there. Alec Jackson, Steve Avila, and Kevin Dotson across the line. It's not that Bo Lever's been good by any means. Again, he's a rookie, but still, he's doing his job. Defensively, Braden Fisk, Bobby Brown, and Kobe Turner. Bobby Brown isn't exactly good, but he stops the run, and he does not get moved backwards. That's really all you need from your D tackle. Braden Fisk, Kobe Turner are the guys who cause all the disruption. Jared Verse, Byron, two of the best edge duos in the league this year, and of course Michael Hoyt, who is a lethal and crucial third down pass rusher for this team as well. Omar Speights has been really good as a run defender. Christian Roseboom, again, has kind of just been around, but it works out for him. Jalen McCall kind of got benched a little bit, not really, but yeah. He had a little bit of a rough week last week, but overall, he's been awesome for this Rams defense. Darius Williams, Josh Wallace, Quinton Lake there at corner. Kobe Durant, I don't even know what's going on with him here. He is their best corner for sure. Has he started, though? I'm confused. He is the best guy in this Rams secondary. Like, it's not even close. Like, he's been absolutely gross, yeah. I don't know what's going on with Kobe, but yeah, he has been, oh my god. It's Kobe. I cannot overstate how good Kobe Durant, guys, has been for this Rams team this year. He he is something else. But of course, you got Cameron Curl and Quentin Lake there at safety. I don't know. They'll figure something out. But yeah, Kobe Durant's been just absolutely fantastic. Josh McCartney, Ethan Evans, a kicker and punter, and of course, yeah, Kel Witherspoon. He gets so much defense, but still, he's good. Outside of that, though, who do I think is going to win tonight? This game, again, many people are going with the Eagles, which they obviously should. The Eagles are honestly a better team than the Rams. That's just how it is. They're more talented for sure. But again, honestly, the Rams, they gotta be like really good on offenses. This has gotta be the Rams' offense has to explode. This has gotta be the Rams' best offensive game of the year. Again, I don't expect them to play like that because they really just haven't. But I gotta go with my Rams guys in this one. I don't really expect how they're gonna do it, but honestly, the Rams' offense is gonna have to wake up in this one. Honestly, they scored 34. It's going to be a close game, obviously. 34-31 Rams. The defense is going to pitch in a lot, but I think this Rams offense is going to have one of their better games we've seen in a while, and they really, really need it as well. So, see what happens, but that's all I got for you guys in this preview. Here's how JSN scored his first career touchdown. Obviously, the Seahawks, really best receiver right now, if we're going to be honest, in terms of production, obviously. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys in the preview. Enjoy the games. Yeah, here's JSN's first career touchdown.
Here's Smith, fires, touchdown! It's Jackson Smith-Njigba, his first NFL TD.
Wide receiver really about to get involved, and this is when Geno Smith is at his best.